So this video is on the 5 pillars to being a productive, goal-striving machine. So pillar 1 is sleep. We've all heard it. We all know how important sleep is, but sometimes we think our work is more important than sleep. Now, just just to let you know, just being completely honest and transparent. If you do not have the prerequisites to allow you to do those income producing activities or high leverage activities or needle pushing activities, you're not going to do them as best as you possibly could, which means you're going to be taking more time than necessary. So it's better off doing the basics as best as you possibly can. Now it's sleep. It's quite understandable, like what you need to actually be doing. We all know an hour before, stop the blue lights. So just on your phone, stop the blue light. It just has a filter on for yellow light. Second, create a cool environment, 18 degrees Celsius optimum. Have a semi-firm-ish bed, right? Lastly, is try and take supplements. Like, just experiment with supplements of magnesium, just sleep supplements. It's not being reliant on them, it's just improving the quality. Now, another way you could do that is maybe wear some watches, wearables that are out there, like Amaze Fit, Amazon's watch. Second, Apple Watch if you have it, Samsung Watch, or Fitbits, to just track your sleep. How much sleep are you getting? Use a problem solver to really find the best things for you. Look, if you find simple things, simple frameworks on one, improving your mental health, your sleep, just find something that works for you, then you can use that for the rest of your life. It's kind of making that investment to actually put your attention onto this. If you keep putting it off thinking it's not that deep, it's not that important, then you're always going to be going around in circles, not having the best you possibly could. So focus on the prerequisites first, because these are the pillars. Then it comes to mental health. If you have any sort of depressive thoughts, anxious thoughts, you really need to ask me how, depending on what you're going through, what we can do. Fix this first, then try and do other things. When it comes to physical health, look, your physiology affects your psychology, and if your physiology is not on point, your psychology is not going to be on point, which then directly impacts you doing the income producing activities or needle pushing activities. Lastly, the two last ones is the day structure. You need to have a structure. You can't just be going, just trying to do productive tasks, whatever you see, just whatever you find in front of you. You will never get anywhere, and I promise you will never get anywhere if you don't have a clear structure. If you think you don't have a structure, you clearly do, right? If you have got somewhere in your life, like you clearly had a structure but you just didn't realize it. But if you have a solid structure and every single day you're following that and getting better, and also making improvements and getting more efficient at following that structure, you become a beast. Now, the pillar 5 is food supplements. Again, your physiology affects your psychology. So if you're not, look, your body is replacing its cells internally every 30 days. So you know the saying, you are what you eat. You literally are what you eat. Your body is replacing those cells with the food that you eat. So if you're not eating the right things, and refer back to law 4, which is grow up. Like, you know what you should be eating, and if you don't, then start using the problem solver. Find out what works for you and gives you the energy, and then use supplements. Use supplements, whatever you possibly can, just to have any edge to being a productive, goal-striving machine. Now, some proven hacks, and I've taken out the time using myself as a lab rat to give you some points on what has worked. So you could possibly use this for now, right? So nootropics, they're compounds that help you focus for longer. Experiment with, like, if it works or not. Like, it has 100% work for me. I can easily do 8 hours plus of work. Now, caffeine for me, coffee is acidic, and I have some sort of IBS, so I don't prefer it. So what I do is I take up to 400 mg of caffeine every single day. That's what's allowed, and I take that either through caffeine tablets or a zero sugar energy drink, which I really enjoy drinking. And second, um, it really helps me staying focused and feeling good. So make sure you don't have the caffeine afternoon to really make sure it's all washed down and drained away by the time you go to bed. Lack of vitamin D really causes lack of energy. So you have to make sure that you either track your vitamin D or get like supplements that allow you to get sufficient vitamin D. Now, something that I sip on um, throughout the day is green tea plus apple cider vinegar, just 1 tablespoon. Now, you could do that and then have some sort of nutrient effervescence. It's like those tablets which have nutrients. You put them in your water, and you're just sipping through that. One, you're getting enough liquids throughout the day while you're working, and it just helps you get more energy to attack the goals and tasks. Now, what happens is around midday, I start getting a bit overwhelmed. Just imagine there's a cup that's being filled with water, water being the information, and the cup being your brain, right? There comes to a point where you just start feeling overwhelmed and tired. So, what has worked is putting my headphones on and putting on some ADHD binaural beats. Okay, you'll find them on YouTube. Then listen to that for like around 5 to 10 minutes. It could be the same sounds as you use in the awareness exercises. Also, start journaling. Just empty out your mind, anything and everything. Do not judge. If you're gonna swear, do it, right? Just have it on that sheet and get it out. Emptying your mind on the paper is literally a game changer, and you have to write it down, by the way. Don't type it. You have to write it down on a piece of paper with a pen. Then you can use a breathing exercise, okay, to go from a sympathetic um, nervous system to parasympathetic. Parasympathetic is you relaxing, and sympathetic is fight or flight, just weird feeling that you get, just overwhelmed. Right? So do 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, and 2 second hold. Repeat that as many times until you feel good. Or you could do 4 seconds in, 7 seconds holding, and then exhale for 8 seconds, and make sure it's in a straw-like fashion that you exhale. It really does help to engage your parasympathetic system. And then experiment with 15-minute naps. Just lie down. Honestly, it seems like, why should I be doing that? I could just put my energy on work. Trust me, these are the prerequisites to allow you to actually sustain and efficiently do the work that you need to do. And now, what happens is you need to realize every time you pick up your phone, you get dopamine. Okay, every time you scroll through TikTok or whatever it is, you get dopamine. So make sure you're not doing that. We all know that. So start doing it, right? Limit that completely. There's principles in life. The more of something there is, the value goes down. So make sure you do not exceed 5 pleasurable activities a day. One, what's that going to do? It's going to improve your quality of life, because then you're going to find those activities that most people just don't find enjoyable, like spending time with your family, taking a warm shower, just small things like that. Those start to become pleasurable because the pleasurable activities, you've limited them and not getting that dopamine hit from anything and everything. You wanting to do something is your brain seeking dopamine. So make sure you only rely for dopamine when you check things off of your daily planner, right? Now, when you're another way to actually improve energy is dark chocolate. Dark chocolate has very good benefits if you have it every single day within certain amounts. I think it's 60 grams you should have every single day. I do that every day. I feel amazing. Now, dates with honey. Dates with honey is a game changer as well for instant energy. And lastly, at least for now, is have specific times to wake up. Sleep on the same time, wake up at the same time, and watch your circadian rhythm. Understand that, and then you start waking up yourself. Now, something very interesting that I've learned is, let's say you sleep 8 hours but wake up with an alarm. That is worse than you sleeping 6 hours but completing your sleep cycle. So your sleep cycles are, I think, an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's happening all throughout the night. I think you have two or three. Now, if you wake up and you wake up from an alarm between a sleep cycle, then you're going to feel groggy. It doesn't matter if you have 8 hours of sleep or 9 hours of sleep. So make sure you're practicing to sleep on the same time and wake up at the same time. So you start waking up by yourself. And what that does is you'll see the difference. You will see the difference if you wake up on a day when you fully finish the sleeping cycle and you wake up rather than you being waken up by an alarm. Really test this out and just watch these things boost your energy like nothing you've seen before.